So Japan is facing a crisis, a really big one, that could threaten its entire food supply. Why? Because its farmers are literally disappearing. But instead of panicking, they're kicking off one of the most ambitious agricultural revolutions we've ever seen. Let's dive into how they're turning what could be a demographic disaster into an incredible technological triumph. To really get the scale of this, we've got to start big picture with our planet's health. You're looking at what's called the planetary boundaries. Think of it like a health checkup for Earth, identifying the 9 critical systems that keep our planet stable and livable. And the scary part? We're already way past the safe limits in 6 of them. And one of the biggest drivers of all this pressure is how we grow our food. Yeah, from the water we use to the chemicals we put into the soil, modern farming is a massive, massive contributor to this global environmental strain. Now, that's a problem every country has to figure out. But Japan is dealing with all of that on top of a totally unique and incredibly urgent crisis of its own. And that crisis is, well, it's a demographic time bomb just ticking away in its fields. While the rest of the world is figuring out how to make farming more sustainable, Japan is literally running out of people to do the farming at all. As of 2023, this is the total number of core agricultural workers in Japan. Now, you might hear that and think, okay, over 1 million, that sounds like a lot. But the real story, the one that matters, is who these farmers actually are. And this is where it gets crazy. Look at this age gap. It is just staggering. 70%, 70, of Japan's farmers are 65 or older. Meanwhile, the next generation, people under 50, they make up just 20%. This isn't a sustainable workforce. It's just not being replaced. And this isn't some slow, gradual decline we're talking about. This is a potential collapse. Projections from Japan's own Ministry of Agriculture are warning that the workforce could be absolutely decimated, down to a quarter of its current size within just 2 decades. So faced with that reality, Japan knew it had to do something radical. So what did they do? They're responding with this incredibly bold, top-down strategy. The idea is to fundamentally re-engineer their entire agricultural sector, right from the ground up. It's got a bit of a mouthful to a name, the Smart Agriculture Technology Utilization Promotion Act, but don't let the long name fool you. This isn't just a suggestion or some small subsidy program. This is a foundational law creating a national framework to force a massive technological leap forward in farming. And the way it works is just so clever. It's this 2-pronged approach. On one side, it helps and certifies farmers who are adopting new tech. On the other side, it supports the very companies who are building that technology. So, in short, they're engineering both the supply and the demand at the exact same time. It's brilliant. But here's the thing. All this amazing new technology is basically useless without the right information to power it. And that's where Japan's solution gets even more ambitious. They're building a massive, centralized data platform. It's called Waguri, and you can think of it as the digital backbone for this entire revolution. It's a central hub, a digital library, where all this public and private data gets collected and then made available to everybody who's building these new farming tools. And the data inside is just incredibly rich. We're talking detailed weather forecasts, super high-resolution maps of farmland, soil data, models that can predict growth, and even daily market prices to help farmers know exactly when to sell. It's the whole shebang. Okay, but hold on, there's a crucial disconnect here. Wagri provides all this amazing data in really technical formats like JSON. A farmer out in a field can't do anything with a line of code, right? So how does this incredibly valuable information actually get to the people who need it? Well, the whole system is designed to be a bridge. It's a 3-step process. Wagri provides that raw, complex data to tech companies. Those companies then build simple, user-friendly apps that translate all that complexity into clear, actionable advice that a farmer can get right on their smartphone or tablet. So we've got the policy, we've got the data. Now let's get to the really cool part, the incredible tools that this whole system is actually putting into the fields and the mind-blowing results they're delivering. Let's start with a problem that pretty much every farmer on Earth deals with: wasting water and fertilizer. It's expensive and it's bad for the environment. Now check out the impact of just one new piece of technology. In a case study, a new soil sensor gave a farmer precise, real-time data on exactly what the soil needed moment by moment. And the results, they're just astounding. Water use was cut by 75%, chemical fertilizer dropped by 2/3, and because the plants were so much healthier, pesticide use was eliminated completely. Gone.
Okay, here's another huge challenge: crop stress. By the time the human eye can actually see that a plant is sick or stressed out, it's often way too late to do anything about it. And that means huge losses.
But the new tech can literally see the invisible. These things called hyperspectral cameras, you can mount them on drones, and they can analyze the light reflecting off plants to spot these subtle signs of stress or disease days or even weeks before a person could. This lets farmers take preventative action instead of just reacting when it's already too late. And the smart farming toolbox is just exploding. There's AI now that can diagnose a plant disease from a single photo you take on your phone, super efficient edge AI cameras that monitor crop growth right there in the field, and maybe most importantly, a huge push to develop robots that can handle the really delicate, labor-intensive work of harvesting things like fruits and vegetables. So what happens when you combine all of this? The top-down policy, the centralized data, and all this cutting-edge tech? Well, a truly powerful and cohesive vision for the future of farming really starts to take shape. This is a fully integrated strategy. It all fits together. The new law creates the incentive for farmers to change. The WAGRI platform provides the fuel to power all the innovation, and the smart technology provides the tools to actually get the job done. Each piece reinforces the others. It's a complete system. At the end of the day, this isn't just about saving Japanese agriculture from collapse. It's about completely reinventing it. The goal is to create a new kind of farming, one that's way more productive, far more sustainable, and honestly, a lot more attractive to a younger generation. It's about transforming a tough, labor-intensive job into a high-tech career. Which leaves us with this final, really fascinating question. As the entire world struggles with how to feed a growing population on a planet that's already strained, Japan, out of sheer necessity, might be building the roadmap for all of us. Is this high-tech, data-driven approach the future of food? It is a revolution we should all be watching.